In addition to politics, we are following new developments in the gunning down of UnitedHealthcare CEO in Midtown Manhattan yesterday morning. Newly released surveillance photos show the person police say they want to question. And we want to warn you, the video you're about to see is disturbing. He is believed to be the man who shot Brian Thompson outside the Hilton Hotel, again, very early yesterday morning. We are also learning that the words deny, defend, and depose were found written carefully on a live round and a shell casing that police discovered at the scene. Anna Schecter has been following every development in this story for CBS News. She, of course, is our senior coordinating producer for crime and public safety. Anna, catch us up on the latest.
Well, the latest is we have details on the murder weapon. It's a B&T Station 6 gun. You saw there in the video, it's an unusual looking gun. It's got a very long barrel there. And in that video, you see him have to kind of cock the gun before each time he fired. He fired multiple rounds, seemingly in cold blood, stayed calm throughout. So that's interesting about the gun. And we know that investigators have been up in Connecticut last night looking for the place of purchase. So that's new details that CBS News can report. We also know that the man that we see in those photos taken at a hostel where you see his face, you see him smiling in one of the photos you showed during the introduction, that person who is wanted for questioning checked into that hostel with a fake New Jersey ID, and investigators believe it's just a made-up name. It's not an ID for anybody else. They didn't get any hits on that name, and that he likely paid in cash to cover his tracks. So we're starting to really piece together a picture, but we are now coming up on 36 hours after this murder. And so as time progresses, investigators are getting more and more anxious. They want to solve this thing. And New Yorkers, meanwhile, are staying pretty cool, going about business as usual. But 36 hours, I think a lot of people thought that we would at least have a name by now. Major?
Anna, what do we know about the person that police want to speak to's departure from the murder scene?
Well, it's a great question. You see in the video him calmly cross the street. He went around back behind an alley and picked up a bicycle, rode north into Central Park, and that actually created some problems because there aren't as many cameras in Central Park. But within a few hours, investigators were going to businesses along Central Park West, and on West 85th Street, the owner of the building on that corner had a Google camera, surveillance camera, attached to the side of the building, and you clearly see the shooter riding a bicycle without the backpack moving west. And that is the last known image that we have of the shooter. So we are following our reporting that investigators have been looking north of the city, outside the city. We know they stopped Long Island Railroad trains last night. They cased at least one New York City area airport, and they came up with nothing. And that's what we know so far.
And the manhunt, quite obviously, continues. Anna Schecter, thank you very much for all of those important and breaking details.